Assalamualaikum, germanpardesi मेरे सुरुक Al-Malik. मेरे प्यारे रब का प्यारा सा नाम है Al-Malik, the king and the owner of a dominion. मतलब जो इसका यहाँ पे उन्होंने लिखा है, it goes on like Al-Malik is the one who possesses the attribute. So this is like, it comes from the attribute of mulk, al-mulk, kingdom, dominion, owner, authority. Allah is mulkul haq. He is the all power. He is the king. Malik al-mulk means the king. Now what is a king? Before we go further, let's take this little thing first. What is a king? What does a king do? And how is he a king? Now, king is someone who owns everything. If we take it in a nutshell, a king is from a land. So he names himself a king. He has a land. And he names himself a king. So, all the people in this land, they have to obey him. He makes the rules, and you have to abide by them. And if you don't, you have to pay for that. कोई ना कोई आपको उसका खमियाजा देना पड़ता है. So this is the basic concept of king and the people and his people. So Allah is al-mulk, al-malik, our king, and we are his qawm, his people. छोटा सा concept. I try and do things very easily so that it is easy to understand for the people who live in Europe, for the children who live in Europe, so that it is not very difficult for them. So I don't use difficult words and I don't use difficult phrases. Achha, ek baat I really like, this is, I'll read out this because this is from Quran, so I would like to read it out. I would not want to say it spontaneously. Okay, okay, it is Quran 13 and 16 verse. Mulk also means possession of ownership. To him belongs the ownership of the heaven and earth. Then it comes Al-Malik himself says, so high above is Allah, the sovereign, the truth. Quran 20:114. Whatever it is in heavens and whatever it is on earth is exalting Allah, the sovereign, the pure, exalted in might and wise. Quran 62:1. Then he says, the sovereign of mankind. Quran 114:2. Now, this is also a very beautiful thing. I'll try to read it out to you. Now, describing an amazing and humbling moment on the day of judgment, the Prophet ﷺ said, Allah will grasp the earth and fold up the heavens with his right hand and proclaim, am I the king? Where are the kings of the earth? Where are the tyrants? Where are the arrogant? This is in Al-Bukhari, Muslim. And no one will speak, and the kings and the rulers of the earth will be left with none of their power. This is a hadith in Al-Bukhari that Hazrat Muhammad ﷺ told us that Allah on the day of judgment, he would just very easily grab the earth and the heavens in his right hand, fold them up and say, where are all the tyrants? यहाँ पे जो दुनिया के जो बादशाह हैं जो यहाँ पे बने फिरते हैं जिनके पैरों पे ज़मीन नहीं पड़ती, on that day they realize who the real Malik is. Who the real Malik is, has been all along. So we should never forget this. This is a very, very strong hadith. If we just think back and take some time and think what Allah is trying to say, Allah is just in a very easy language trying to tell us there is nothing but him. I'll tell you with a very simple example because, as I always say, I insist on that to keep things simple. Now think that you are, think you're living in, like we are living in Germany here. We have our own driving rules. No? सड़क पे लिखा होता है 30 speed है, 50 speed है, 70 speed है. So, and they're hidden cameras. So if you're driving, if it's in 30 and you're driving 60, you get clicked. And when you get clicked, you get a love letter at home But you have to come and pay the money. And you get sometimes, if you've done it 1 or 2 times, you get a point. And you've got 16 points on your driving lessons. And once the 16 points are up, your driving license is gone. You can't have it back. It's gone. ये एक बड़ा simplified सा मैंने आपको example दिया for how Allah is telling us to behave in this world. You know, He tells us to do certain things, and since we think, Allah, nauzubillah, Allah क्या देख रहा है, हम कर जाते हैं, we speed, but Allah is watching. Think, आपकी ऑटोबान पे तो शायद 1 या 2 या 4 कैमरे होंगे. Allah's eyes are always watching. ना उसको ऊँग आती है, ना उसको नींद आती है. Almighty, He's watching us, but we do it. We are so cunning. We do it. हम कर जाते हैं. But then हम लोगों को इस चीज़ का ध्यान रखना चाहिए that we'll get caught and we'll be answerable to what we are doing. See, thing is that if we just sit back and just sort of how should I phrase it, concept of your life or concept of your religion, if we just iron it up, and straighten it up and look at it from a different point of view, from the point of view our God has told us to look at it, life becomes so simple, life becomes so easy. And जितने हमारे फिर अल्लाह मियाँ से वो होते हैं कि अल्लाह ये हमारी दुआ पूरी नहीं हो रही या वो हमारी दुआ पूरी नहीं हो रही, it all comes down to this: you obey Him and He'll give you. बस इतना सा concept है. He is Al-Malik. He is Al-Malik. He owns everything. Basta. He owns everything. हमारे दिमाग में ये concept नहीं घुसता है. You know why? Because we have our own egos. We have our egos and we think हम तो बड़े फन्ने खान चीज़ हैं. I own this. I own this car. I own this house. I own this. ये जो आय है ना हमारी, ये हमें ले डूबती है. हम लोगों को ये रियलाइज़ करना चाहिए कि आय मैं जर्मन इश आय को जर्मन में इश बोलते हैं. So ich bin nix. I am nothing. It is Him. He is Al-Malik. This is a simple concept. If we just grasp it, हम लोगों की ज़िंदगी इतनी आसान हो जाएगी. And then you should sit on the janamaz and ask Al-Malik, Hasbunallah wa ni'mal wakeel wa ni'mal mawla wa ni'mal nasir. He is the disposable. He is the person who. Nauzubillah. He is. I'm overwhelmed. Sorry. He is the disposer of our affairs. So, Al-Malik, beautiful name. The name is reserved for Allah. This is also something that we should think about when we are naming our children. That Allah's name, I think, should not be named, because Allah's name have a very big value behind them. And if we take the name in vain, like we call our children sometimes in vain, it may not be a very good idea. Point to think. Till then next, germanpardesi, Pardesi,